Andy, you know what? Your priorities are straight. You
Yes.
rushed home from Stampede Park yesterday to get watching The Bachelorette.
And it was a good one. Jill and I both discussing it at an event at Stampede Park with Ted Reader, eating some barbecue, so we got to watch The Bachelor. Big night because it was the hometown dates. Going to 4 hometowns, but the serious business, we'll get this out of the way, Eric Hill, it was announced during that part of the taping that he had died, adventurer, doing some paragliding. And so that was a little bit of some serious business. Chris lets everybody know, as you can imagine, rocked the cast of The Bachelorette, including Andy. And it made it very difficult, particularly at the end when Andy had to get to the serious business of sending somebody home. We'll get to who doesn't make it past the hometown dates in a minute. Your picks now still in the running. Chris, Farmer Chris. Everybody loves Farmer Chris.
I like Farmer Chris a lot.
You like Marcus?
Yeah.
He was one of your picks?
Yep.
And Nick that I have. Josh was kind of the guy that was floating. You kind of like Josh.
Yeah. I mean, initially I think that they painted him to be sort of the player troublemaker.
Yeah,
so, but he's still in the game.
Still could be in the game, but the hometown dates didn't help because she gets there, sits down for supper with Josh and his family, and it's all about football and Josh's brother. Here's a look.
I wish y'all could come to Pro Day.
I know, God, I wish so bad.
She's been there for everything. I've been to miss it. But that's
Josh is definitely a huge supporter of Aaron's. Aaron just finished playing for Georgia as the quarterback. He is trying to get signed by an NFL team. Like, this is a huge time in Aaron's life, but it's also a huge time in Josh's life. And I just want, like, that balance. I know Josh is
It should be. Bachelorette comes to town, all about her, but it seemed to be all about football. That was a little off-putting. I think the best date had to go to Farmer Chris because she wasn't too sure about how that whole Iowa farmer thing would work out, but they had a real connection. Nick had a great date as well, but in the end, you know who got it? One of your picks.
One of my picks, Marcus. Initially, I picked him because he had a connection to Alberta, so he had my vote, and he did make a great first impression. She sent him home. I can understand why this happened. He was a little bit over the top, a little too soon. Do you know what I mean?
Well, he never said he loved her. On the limo ride home, he says, I never said I held back. I probably, but early on he was, and he gave her a striptease on this hometown date, round 2.
Weird. To pay tribute to their initial connection.
Okay, so
this is where it gets hard because she is making attachments with these guys.
I'm still going Nick.
You're still going Nick?
Nick is my dark horse.
I know what you're saying. There are some gossip blogs out there that are saying it's Josh. I just have to say, I personally like Chris. I like the farmer, but I don't know that she's going to want to move to Iowa.
I don't read the blogs. I watch the show, and I make correct picks. That's what I do.
You know what? That was...
Two of your picks are already gone.
You didn't know that Marcus was your pick today.
I was going to say, this was a very civilized conversation, and then... No, no longer.
We've wrapped up.
We'll fight during the break.
Yes, let's